Whenever a case of vegan kids and malnourishment happens, vegan YouTubers and educators get bombarded with demands that we talk about it, with the implication or even the direct accusation that, like, we're afraid to, like, we're afraid it'll make veganism look bad or will expose veganism. And this recent case is no different. Even I was tagged by someone, I think it was on YouTube, saying something to the effect of, like, of course you're not talking about it, me and a bunch of other vegan YouTubers. Like, really? 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 Of all the vegan YouTubers, I can say pretty confidently that I have talked the most about vegan kids and malnutrition, talking about cases like this one, actually calling out vegan YouTubers for not taking it seriously, or even for feeding their own children inappropriately. So yeah, if you're gonna accuse someone of not talking about an issue or being afraid to talk about an issue, maybe do like a quick search to verify that. Just a thought. I've even said I really cringe at the idea of parents feeding their kids a vegan diet without the help of a knowledgeable dietitian. Dietitian who actually understands vegan diets for kids, which, probably not very easy to find. Part of the reason I say this is because so many of the online resources for vegan kids, for feeding kids a vegan diet, which I would guess is how most people are going to learn about vegan nutrition for kids online, is lacking. Very few resources mention iodine, for instance. The reason I don't talk about every case of neglect, which is what this is, it's neglect, is because I don't want to. I mean, would you want to talk about a child starving to death? Probably not. More importantly, it's more of the same. Every single time this happens, it's not a vegan diet. It is a particular, very strict vegan diet. It's a vegan diet without B12 supplementation. Either the mother is breastfeeding and not consuming B12 herself via fortification or supplementation, or it's an older child who is not getting B12 via their foods, not receiving a supplement, or like in this case where the child, Ezra, was eating raw fruits and vegetables and breast milk. A little aside, but I really appreciate the Seattle Times for acknowledging this in their headline. There's no mention even of vegan. It's just what the child was fed. So yeah, thanks. Whoever wrote that headline, thank you. That's not to make light of the situation or to imply that veganism has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with it. I mean, look, there are vegans who believe it is appropriate to feed children raw vegan diets. So yeah, veganism has at least something to do with it, but clearly there's much more going on here, which is another reason I don't talk about this much. Who is it for? Like, who is a video like this for? I'm just preaching to the choir, really. You all know this is terrible, vegan or not. You all know this is terrible. Even if you thought that raw produce and breast milk was an appropriate diet for a child, you would not starve your child. You would not feed your child that diet to the point of starvation. The vast majority of people, even people eating a fringe diet like that, would stop if they got even an inkling that the diet was harmful, was hurting their kid. You wouldn't lose custody of one child because of malnourishment, only to go on to malnourish your other 3 children to the point where one of them dies. Ezra was 18 months and weighed only 17 pounds. Just to give you some idea of how small that is, my about 2-month-old weighs over 11 pounds. This is someone, well, 2 people, mother and father, but particularly the mother, given the past case as well, with the other father who now has custody of the oldest child, someone with serious mental health issues who should not be in charge of children, clearly. And hopefully she won't be. She received a life sentence. I don't know about parole, and I'm not saying that's a just sentencing. I really don't know, but she had a second chance. Again, she already lost custody of a child due to malnourishment. She was instructed to go to parenting classes. Clearly, she learned nothing. For whatever reason, she did it yet again. So if the sentencing keeps her away from kids, that's a good thing. And again, it's not just her. Even though we love to blame the mom, the father is just as responsible, and he is awaiting trial on these same charges, along with 2 counts of molestation. Nice family. And just to be clear, I do believe a vegan diet can be healthy for kids. I wouldn't feed my children vegan if I didn't think that. I have a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old who have been vegan since birth and have had no health issues other than like colds, no failure to thrive or anything like that. I think the worst probably was when 3-year-old chipped their tooth. Didn't I talk about that? I think that happened when I did the what I eat in a week video. New baby has had a pretty bad case of baby acne. So there you go. I talked about it. For those curious or wondering, I'm asked about it a lot, but I will have a video very soon on the vegan kids resource I do recommend. It's this awesome book. So I'll have a video going into more detail on that. But obviously, I mean, you don't have to watch the video, just get the book. The Kindle version is only $14 on Amazon. If every vegan parent were required to read this book, I would feel very differently about vegan kids. Anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it, I guess. I don't know if enjoy is the right word. I hope you got something out of it. And again, I'll have that review up pretty soon, hopefully in the next few weeks or so. And yeah, new video soon.